So two, we got not Farrah, I'm sorry, Ivory and Vince messing around with them tarot cards, and they're reading that 1 minute Klaus is okay, he's borderline as far as doing too much. Then as soon as another thing happened, he goes borderline, over the line to the evil side, and it's just they're messing with these tarot cards, trying to find out what the heck could happen, you know. But anyway, Fear tells Hope, like, you know what I'm saying. Everybody actually believes that you're going to bring death. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Talking out loud with Jesse.
At the end of the day,
929.
you're the one that actually is going to be the cause of destruction. You know what I'm saying? So, Little Hope ended up getting mad, or Big Hope, because she's big girl now. She ain't Little Hope, but she gets upset, and you know what I'm saying. She's like, y'all think this, and this about me. Won't you go ahead and leave? You know what I'm saying? And she's basically, I don't think Hope actually knows how powerful she is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody knows how powerful Hope actually is. You know. And we see that in this episode because she gets angry at Fear and she causes a fire all around Fear. You know what I'm saying? But something I did see, she was also able to let her bring the fire down. You know what I'm saying? She was able to take the fire away as she brought it to. You know what I'm saying? So she's able to reverse things that she does. You know what I'm saying? So Fear told her, like, you see, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to talk to me now about, you know what I'm saying, what you're capable of doing? So when I was watching that, I'm sitting there thinking, like, has Hope been dipping in some stuff as far as magical stuff that she hasn't told anybody, or something that she hasn't, you know what I'm saying, shouldn't be actually doing, you know what I'm saying? So dark magic, maybe, I don't know, but we'll figure that out or find that out later on, you know, because we do see her studying in a book, so, well, you know what I'm saying, see later on what actually is going to be going on with Hope. Hope actually tells Farrah that she's sorry. Then Marcel and, we see Marcel and Klaus at the house, you know what I'm saying, and they're talking, and Klaus finally tells Marcel, like, look, you know what I'm saying, I did see my brother, and my brother said he didn't want nothing to do with me, and this actually hurt me, you know. So then we get a knock on the door, and they look outside, and there's a box, and this box has a piece of Haley's flesh in it. And that right there just turned Klaus nuts. We already know he's nuts, but I mean, it just made Klaus, like, very, very pissed. He just went nuts. Klaus went nuts. Marcel tried to stop him because Marcel already knew what he was capable of and what he was about to do. Everybody that seen that at that part already knew what Klaus was about to do. I actually thought Klaus was going to do more than what he did. I thought Klaus was about to tear the whole New Orleans down when I seen that flesh in that goddamn box. You know what I'm saying? One thing Klaus does not play around with is his family. He goes berserk over his family, but who wouldn't, you know? So we see him rip the heart out of one of the boys. I think he hit the boy first. He got the boy first. He ripped the heart out of the boy because we see the scene where the three was down in the dungeon and the girl was like, "Look, there's two guys down there and a girl." And the girl like, "I ain't gonna stand here and wait to be killed, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave." So she go ahead and release the protection spell, and she's about to walk off, but before she do, Klaus rips her heart out. Then he rips out the boy's heart, but he does not get to Josh, you know what I'm saying, because Vince stops him, you know what I'm saying, and Vince ends up taking Klaus down, which I was very shocked because simple fact is, I didn't, that part I just didn't like. Wait, like I didn't like the whole Vince doing something to Klaus. But I also didn't see, so I never thought that Vince would actually hurt Klaus in any type of way. Vince don't seem like that type of dude, but I guess he was put in a predicament to do so, because Klaus was taking everybody there. I'm happy he didn't get the Josh because I don't think that Marcel would have ever forgave him if he ever touched Josh. I think that Marcel, the relationship that Marcel and Josh has, is like Elijah and Klaus. I know some people's like, fans out there is probably like, no, I don't think so. Ain't nothing stronger than the Klaus and Elijah relationship. But I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Or should I say more of a Marcel Klaus relationship? I think he looks, as far as Marcel looks at Josh as his little son, so I think it really would hurt him if something happened to Josh, and I think that would be a bad mix because we know how Marcel feels about Klaus and Klaus feels about Marcel, and I know how Marcel feels about Josh, and them all fighting, or Marcel and Klaus fighting over this situation as far as Josh, it wouldn't be anything good. I don't see anything good coming from that. I just, it'll be horrible. But, I'm not Marcel, but Vince ended up taking him down. So then, we had seen that Marcel ends up coming to Josh later on, and Josh is like, where was you? You know what I'm saying? Where was you basically when I needed you? You know what I'm saying? You wasn't here. And then Josh walks on out. You know what I'm saying? I think Josh was kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I totally understand because simple fact is not Klaus, but Marcel has always been his protector. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that Marcel's able to make things right. But in this situation, Marcel's trying his best, but as we know, fans out there, saying Klaus is like unstoppable. Can't nobody stop Klaus. Klaus is going to do what Klaus wants to do. He might be taken down for a little while, but Klaus comes back and he's going to do what Klaus wants to do. So then we had seen that everybody had, honored, the people that fell, they're fallen. They honored their fallen in some type of way. We had the witches honoring the witch that got killed. This is also all this episode surrounded Mardi Gras. So they went ahead and put her on one of them parade thingies. Wrapped her up and had a little ceremony for her, and then we went to the wolves and they had a ceremony for their fallen one, and they put her in the water or him in the water and did what they do, and everybody had, their own little ceremonial thing for the fallen to honor them, and that was pretty nice. Sad at the same time. We see that we seen that Klaus actually woke up and he was at the house with Marcel, and they're steady talking, and Klaus ends up getting upset and he picks up that dago box and he throws the box. As he throws this box, there's a coin that falls out, and Marcel asks him like, what is that? And he's like, oh, this is something, something in the past that I thought that I basically took care of, So now we know that Klaus, and also Klaus earlier in the episode told Marcel that he knew it was a vampire that actually took Haley, because he said the vampires are the ones that don't like the half-breeds, you know what I'm saying? So he does know it's a vampire that took Haley, and that at the point where he found that coin clarified that it was a vampire of his past that he knows of, that basically he has war with in some type of way, that has taken Haley. This coin, you know what I'm saying, it looked like it had a Nazi sign or something on it. I don't know exactly. If I'm not mistaken, it was a Nazi sign. And it was a very old coin. So Klaus ends up going and talking to Vince. And Vince basically told him, like, look, you know, I'm not going to help you. You know, I'm done with you. You know, I've tried everything. I helped you in any way possible that I possibly could. I do all these potions and all the witchery for you, and nothing good comes from it, you know. So I'm done with you. And he said, if you come after one of my people again, you know, so there's going to be a war. And he basically told them, told him, the war is not going to be between you and the crews. It's going to be the war is going to be amongst me and you, you know. So Vince left. Not Vince, I'm sorry, but Klaus ends up leaving. He go back to Marcel, and Marcel's like, where is Klaus? I'm sorry, y'all. That wasn't the way it went. The coin, he threw the coin after the fact that he filmed, when he was talking to Vince. But he went to the house and he told Marcel, like, you know, Vince ain't coming, basically. And that's when he actually threw that coin. And that situation actually happened. So, you know, so at the end of the episode, we see that, like I said, Klaus has come to the understanding that he knows who took Haley, you know. And we see that it had to be someone from his past. It has to be a witch, not a witch, I'm sorry, but a vampire from his past that he was beefing with. You know, he had, you know what I'm saying, war with. You know, this is his enemies that are coming for him. I want to know what y'all actually thought of this whole episode. You know, my fans out there, as far as my original fans, you know, what did y'all actually think about the show? Feel free to call in and let your voice be heard. I also want to know what y'all think about this whole Ivory and Vince thing. During this episode, and I seen it in the last episode, I think there's a vibe going on between Ivory and Vince, and I think they're going to end up hooking up. Especially in this episode, they was very, what would I say? I think they was kind of getting kind of intimate with each other, you know. So I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with that relationship. I think they're good for each other. From what I can see from the characters, I think they would be good for each other. Then I want to speak to y'all about Little Raymond. Yes, we are going to go ahead and speak about Raymond, and I will tell you my thoughts about Raymond after this break. So make sure y'all stay tuned in, and I will be right back with y'all. Hello everyone, this is your host Jazzy929, and I want to ask y'all to all like, share, and follow my page. Also, please feel free to join in to the conversation by calling the lines. You can call 712-775-7270, and the access code you will need is 989109. Make sure that you call the lines. I would love to have you join in with us. And again, thank you for your support.
Talking Out Loud with Jazzy929.